giving my goals for the year. I'm not really sure that we've identified a permanent meeting location at this point. I think we've just fallen into, we like it here until we get kicked out. We did manage to separate out our bank accounts to try to help our upcoming treasurer have an easier time to differentiate between what's our service and what's our fundraising account money. We have been working on getting our club documents. Our club membership, we are holding right around 40 members. I think we have about 44 on roll right now. So that's been an awesome year, and we have a great membership chair to thank for that. We did achieve our 501c3 status. That was a long time coming, can't take responsibility, but it finally happened. We did a great job with having all of our committee updates. I think our committee chairs this year were just phenomenal with bringing all the information to everybody at each club assembly. We did a few hands-on service projects during our, not just during our committee or during our regular weekly meetings, but we also, of course, did lots of projects throughout the year, and I have some pictures of those. And we had some, just last week, our field trip down to the police station, so we tried to do some different kinds of meetings, including our Christmas social this year. And we'll show all of these things that we did. Okay, so the biggest thing that our club had going on for it this year was we were the home club to the District 7570 District Governor George, so that put a lot of added work on many of our club members throughout the year. So for new people to our club, that's not something that we normally do, and that's not an event that we are normally involved in. But that did actually, our very first event that we had for the year was, we were the host club for the Area 1 visit for Governor George. So we had a meeting down at Joe's Steakhouse, and we invited all the Area 1 clubs, and that was George's opportunity to meet all of those members of clubs as they wanted to come around and greet him. I didn't get really any good pictures of this event. But this does sum up my husband. we had our very first course. We had our very first Pours for Polio event this year. I think it raised around $900 or so. This was an event that Michael decided he would just go ahead and plan and then kind of ask permission for later. And it turned out to be really an awesome event. We had it down at Joe's. For those of you that weren't members of our club yet, we sold drink tickets to come in, and then we had kind of this extra few dollars per ticket that went toward polio, and then we also had some raffles that were going on that night as well. Everybody had some dinner. Dr. Sabady told us some about the history of polio, and so that was open to everybody in our community as well. And I think it was well received, and hopefully something that we can do again in the future. So I mentioned our membership chair once already today. Jackie, you're on this list because you're on that cusp right there. But we did. We had several new members. We only had the one membership social. We had that in the fall, and I think we were really bogged down this spring, and we decided that it was a great event. We were really happy to have so many new members coming in, and I think that you did really just a phenomenal job putting that together, and we have so many new members that have just been great assets to our club. Thanks to all of the members here that have invited their friends of friends to come and join us. This year we learned a lot about what being a Paul Harris Fellow is and what that means. We learned that basically this is a way in Rotary that we can honor members of our club, but we can also honor community members and leaders for the good that they're doing in the world. this club has had 5 brand new Paul Harris Fellows inducted this year. We've had 4 new Paul Harris Society members inducted. We've also recognized 2 community leaders outside of our club for the work that they've done for our club, for our community. And then we've had Skeleton Fellows honored, and then major donors as well. So thank you all for all of that. One of our first, during our meeting hands-on project, was every year we collect school supplies for the Liberian Orphanage Education Project. Beth Iden in the upper right-hand corner comes and tells us about her work that she's doing there. Carol already has it planned. I think it's in
August 14th.
August 14th, so we always plan that for a meeting after the tax-free weekend, so everybody goes out and buys all their school supplies. There'll be lists of what they need, and then we'll bring those all in and pack all the backpacks up, and then Beth gets them shipped out. So that's a really fun project that we do every year and have supported for quite some time now. Jean, not here today, but for many, many years, we did a golf tournament every year, and our members were really wearing thin with the golf. So Jean finally brought to the fundraising committee a new idea. So this past September, we had our first ever afternoon tea, which brought in around $7,700, which was really good for a tea and not much work compared to the golf tournament. So
Really classy servers.
yes, and we had fantastic club members that were our servers that day, and I think everyone had a wonderful time. It's already on the schedule. I think September 22nd. It's a Sunday. I'll confirm that. We, of course, supported our Interact clubs. We thank you, Michael, for always being so willing and ready to help anything with any of the children that we support across the 3 schools that we're participating with. Had to include the picture of Brian and his hairnet.
Well, and the fact that he's doing manual labor.
So another thing about our weekly meetings, we have had fantastic programs this year. We've had, we've had numerous members from our own club give our presentations about the work that they're doing within the community, and we've also had numerous club members that have talked about their international travels. It helps not only bring awareness to our club about our local community, but also where internationally we can help. Tuesday's table, Peggy let me know she couldn't be here today, but she's organized those Tuesday's tables throughout the year. We do it whenever there's a 5th Tuesday of the month, and so our club members have always really stepped up for preparing a meal and going and being the servers and the drivers for that project, and everyone's really appreciative of those meals. Bell ringing. I didn't include a list or a picture of everyone that participated, but when I was looking back through all the pictures, we had so many club members that filled those slots that day, and I think that's a project that everyone just really has a good time every year doing and hanging out and ringing that. One of our other projects that we did during a club meeting that we've organized, Debbie has kind of been in charge of for the past several years now, is middle school Christmas stockings. So another project that we do where club members, I think we did 14 bags this year, Debbie?
I think so.
Yeah. So the school tells us the boy to girl ratio, and then basically club members just think of something that they want to add, and we get 14 of them. This year, Robert had an idea to do laser tag gift certificates. So the club raised money, and so each bag got a laser tag certificate. So we got good feedback from the middle school that everybody was just really excited about that this year. And our Christmas social was a little bit different this year. We had Rich Follett come in and he sang Christmas carols with us. We had it here in this building. It was a potluck that We had great attendance. This is, for anybody that wasn't here, George had to do a little video for go ahead and sign up for district conference. So he involved everybody in the club with that. So that was another fun thing that you get to do when you have a district governor in your club. And just some shots of all the delicious food. One thing our club never runs short on is how much food everyone wants to make. Another project that we've done for a couple of years now, the Letters for Santa, that is really well received from our community. We wrote out over 400 letters this year, and Felicia Hart has partnered with us the last 2 years in helping us to do those letters. She's planning on helping us in the future, and it's a project that I think our club really enjoys doing. It's very easy. The kids just fill out their form, writing their letter to Santa, and then there's a picture. I think those letters were all the way in Georgia, so we get some wide Facebook shares on that project, which is awesome. We had our first Meet Santa, so Mr. and Mrs. Santa were down at Beth Waller's building. We had a pretty good turnout on a really rainy day. I think we had kids come from all 3 of our Interact clubs, at least for some part of the day, to help hand out cookies and do crafts with the kids. We had a lot of kids coming through to meet Santa, and I think everybody just had a really fun day. I know that Evan told us that we shouldn't hand out big checks, but our club is having a hard time letting that go. So we did. We wrote out some big checks this year. We did some sponsorships. I just looked at the service committee budget this morning, and our club has written out, looks like just right around $29,000 this year. So that goes to local projects. That includes our international projects, our scholarships for Skyline High School. So I think for our club, we've done a really good job of supporting just all over the map projects this year. And thanks to Arlene for having a fun day getting ready for the Empty Bowl Supper, which of course is a local fundraiser for the House of Hope. And so lots of club members participated in that, helping to paint on bowls for that event. And everybody looks very serious about their work. We were very serious. So, some numbers. On district conference. So again, we're a club of roughly 40 people. So district conference had a total of 584 total attendees, and 29 members from our club went. So for almost 75% of us to be there, that was a phenomenal turnout, and you guys worked hard for those 3 days. We have our co-chairs here, Melanie and Brian. Rob was the treasurer, Nancy was silent auction, Hank was just running back and forth with all the silent auction items. But in the end, we raised for our district over $60,000 between our Polio Plus and for the Rotary Foundation. So we really did a phenomenal job with that event, even though for our club it was a tremendous amount of work. And of course, yes, thank you. Our co-chairs represented our club well. Brian's whole family, including his mother-in-law, attended. So we appreciate that. We've gotten so many notes and letters from clubs across the district just saying what a fun conference it was, and that, of course, wouldn't have happened without the members of our club and without our co-chairs doing such a great job. And of course, having fun with the polio event. Paddling for polio was a fun twist to raising money this year. The picture in the lower right shows all the Area 1 club presidents. We all got gold clubs, so basically at the beginning of your presidency that year you get this huge spreadsheet of all the activities that you're expected to do within the district to get this gold club award. And so again, that award doesn't happen without all the work of each of the individual committees within the club. And of course, we also got Best Club Bulletin, thanks to Hank once again. And then Nancy, who's not here, we also got second place on for our Facebook page and for our social media that we do. And of course, there was some time for fun. Rob and Kale got to play with the vinyl tracks. Michael, just being Michael, dancing, having a good time. And so there's also an award. Each of the areas give out their 110% award. So each club nominates one person that they think has really gone above and beyond for Rotary, for their club, for their community, for their world. And so our club nominated Michael Williams for that, and he was the recipient of the 110% award for our Area 1. Right after district conference, we stepped right on into another project, which was Rise Against Hunger. So I think, I didn't write down the number, I think we had about eight or nine club members and
Plus some
family members.
members, yeah.
Yes, and family members attending. There were 17,000 plus meals packaged in just under 2 hours for our area, so that's, again, fantastic job. Right after Rise Against Hunger, we went, again, sorry, I don't have great pictures for the gala, but we really had an awesome time this year, and that was thanks to many of our new members. Krista had a great idea for the table decorations. That was so fun. All the club members brought in items from places that they've traveled throughout the world. Chris made that awesome sign. We saved a lot of money on our costs by not having to pay for decorations this year. We just actually got the final bill from Shenandoah just this morning. So it looks like we'll probably come in right about 20 to 21,000 net profit from that. So that's really good. And of course, Brittany was our chair for that and did a fantastic job. Right after that, back to cleaning up the greenway. Michael does a really good job of keeping our club up to date on going and cleaning up the greenway, helps to get the Interact students involved and community members involved in that. It's always a pretty fun day. I think, and you have a new one coming up in September, right? Whole new idea.
We're doing on the Greenway again, but then Robert is, you think Robert's going to help us work with Shannon on the front wheel outdoors, and we're going to do a cleanup of the Shenandoah project with our Interact clubs, our Rotary clubs, and other Rotary clubs as well.
That's gonna be That's September 21st.
Sure, yeah. Sounds good.
We also did our second annual Shred Day this year, a way to help us give back to the community, and so we had a good turnout for that as well. We ended up having several club members there to help. We ended up with, I think, collecting about $85 just for people coming in and giving donations, and then from there we ended up doing a $500 donation to the fire department for letting us host that there. That was part of the service committee uncommitted funds that happened this year. And then, so our Area 1 Assistant Governor was Gary Kristen for the past 3 years. And so about 2 weeks ago, he's handing over the reins to Brian Barber, who will be the new Area 1 Assistant Governor for the next 3 years. So again, our club is just, is not just doing good for our own community, but working out within the district as well. So that's
And very likely we'll have to do district conference again.
Moving on.
Yeah. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Let's see. And then of course last week we went on our super fun field trip down to the police station. Again, we're really fortunate to have such a wide variety of members in our club that can tell us about not just what they do for their job, what they do in other service organizations that they're in, but then they can also take us on fun field trips sometimes.
I've never seen Kristen so excited about being on a field trip.
I can't wait until Lou's old enough to go on field trips.
You said after you've been to DC a few times.
So another thing, we always usually have a yard sale every year. So this year, I'm pretty sure the only reason why we didn't lose money on the yard sale is because we have very generous club members that saved us from ourselves. We did not really do well with the yard sale this year. I think it was like, I don't know, a couple $100 maybe. So usually in the past, that's our operations. That's the way that our club, when we do these service projects, when we do the fundraisers, the gala, the tea, that money does not go to our club operations. It doesn't go to any of our dues. It doesn't go to keep any costs down. That money goes directly into the local community, into the international community. So to keep our dues down, we do have to do something for our operations budget. You know, what pays to do our banners, what pays for our new member packets and pins and things like that. So once this location decided they weren't serving us breakfast anymore, club members really stepped up. Mary Jo kind of headed up the breakfast committee. We have Debbie, several other members that really just are committed to making breakfast. Everybody's brought something, I'm sure, a time or two. And that's brought in over $3,000 throughout the course of this year. And so that's actually pretty much where we normally would be with the yard sale. So that kind of saved us. So thank you all. But with that being said, if anybody has any good ideas for an operations fundraiser, always love to hear it. That maybe isn't a yard sale.
Chef Ramsay Long like that.
And a thank you again. So Hank takes all the pictures. He gets to be in the pictures, so he gets them every now and then. And so that was just a fantastic year. And I just really thank everyone for helping us have a fantastic year. So thanks, Dave, for